Welcome to the COSAFA Show with Mark Gleeson and Nick Say.
Welcome to this special episode of the COSAFA Show as we look ahead to the HOLLYWOODBETS COSAFA Cup 2024 that'll be played in Gqeberha from Wednesday. We hear from COSAFA Executive Director Destombes, Mozambique and Kaizer Chiefs defender Edmilson Dove, Bafana Bafana coach Helman Mkhalele, and South Africa's captain for the tournament, Destombes. But first we speak to Destombes about the tournament and the readiness for what is expected to be another sizzling chapter in the history of the regional showpiece competition.
Maybe let's start with obviously just welcoming the teams and just the general expectations of the COSAFA Cup Senior Men's Challenge this time around in the world.
Well, a big welcome to the teams who've arrived so far. South Africa was the first one off the plane, arriving on Sunday, followed by Eswatini, who had driven all the way from the kingdom. And yesterday, then Monday saw Botswana coming in, Mozambique, and Angola last night. And then we've got a whole host of teams coming in today, and followed up by Namibia and Zambia coming in tomorrow. So really excited to have our teams here. It's been quite a rocky road. Putting the tournament together this year, and really pleased to be back here in Nelson Mandela Bay as well. What do we expect? We've got one visiting team this year, Kenya. Kenya I don't think have ever played in the senior tournament. They have played in our under-20 in the past, but we haven't seen their senior team performing in the COSAFA Cup. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, the perennial participants being the other 11 member associations of COSAFA.
Is there a specific sort of selection criteria for a visiting team? Because other countries are seeing teams visit. We've had a Cote d'Ivoire and the likes, and they're wondering, when do we get our shot?
No specific criteria. It's really, who is available, bearing in mind that our invitations always initially go to our member associations, and when there's somebody that's not participating, somebody perhaps who has withdrawn, we then cast our net. And we had invited Senegal because they had approached us a couple of months ago, but in the end they decided not to come. We were mindful that COSAFA is holding their own senior tournament just after actually ours. So the usual invitees, Uganda, Tanzania, not available, but Kenya jumped at the chance. So lovely to have Kenya for the first time, as I say. But we are always, wherever there is an opportunity, whether it's in the men's, the women's, etc., always happy to have whoever. As you know, for the beach soccer, we had Morocco this year.
And the big thing now, obviously, with the tournament kicking off, ticketing. So where can we get them? Are they free like we've seen COSAFA do in the past? What's the process?
Yes, the tickets are free of charge. It's not altogether COSAFA's decision in terms of charge or not charge. That is the prerogative of the host association. But for the COSAFA tournaments, our member association, our host, SAFA, has always said, and with our agreement as well, to make the tickets free of charge, bring the football to the people. So yes, it is free of charge. Yes, you must have a ticket to enter the stadium, and there will be a ticket kiosk set up at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium as from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning on match day, and on each match day, where fans can pick up their tickets at free of charge. For the Isaac Wolfson games, The pickup points are the Spa and the U-Save in the New Brighton and Kwazakeli areas, and around that precinct. There is a whole ticketing plan that will be put out, today on the social media, and probably information also going out on local radio stations.
Can we touch a little bit about the venues? Of course, we also have a World Cup stadium that we are using, well maintained over the years, hosts very local PSL matches as well.
Very excited, to be playing at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, which is iconic, as you say. It is a World Cup stadium and it's looking magnificent. So really excited about that, because even though this is a senior men's team, a lot of the players, across the different countries, sometimes even South African players, if I remember back in 2021 when we played here, had never played at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. So it really is iconic. So very excited to be kicking off this, the competition tomorrow, Wednesday the 26th at Nelson Mandela Bay. And our other venue is the Kaizer Chiefs Stadium, which has always been a good friend to us. It's right in the township, so it's got a captive audience, if one wants to say, and excited to go there as well. We'll be playing at the weekend, which means hopefully that we get a good turnout of spectators. Bearing in mind it is the weekend.
Those spectators have been asking about VAR in the local game. What's COSAFA cooking this time?
Well, we've been cooking for the last 5 days in Johannesburg, because all of our male referees this time have been in Johannesburg since the 20th, and been put through a 5-day intensive training workshop on VAR. And so they all fly into the city this morning, fresh out of the classroom and on the field. They've been at UJ campus with players, doing simulated incidents, etc. So I'm sure that they are all raring to go. And during the tournament, we will be, as we did during the women's tournament last year, the group round will serve as further training. It will be offline, and then the semi-finals and the finals we will be live on VAR. So really excited about that again.
How proud are you that COSAFA has maintained and set the trend in terms of leading the VAR space?
No, I mean, very, very proud, really. It's the way. It is the way to go. We also are the proud owners of our own training equipment, which was purchased and given to us by CAF. We will shortly be doing a training program of our own operators, and then we'll be rolling out our VAR Academy, which is there to serve our member associations, South Africa and all the other member associations, to train their referees on an ongoing basis through the COSAFA VAR Academy.
And finally, Meso, where can we watch besides being live at the stadium?
Well, of course, we encourage every resident from Nelson Mandela Bay, Gqeberha, to come and watch, at NMB Stadium or at Isaac Wolfson. But failing that, and for everybody else who's not here, they can be watching on SABC. The South Africa matches will be on one of the channels, SABC 1, 2 or 3. We are yet to receive those channels. All of the other matches will be on the SABC Sport channel. And then, of course, on our other partner, SuperSport, will be on their channels. It will also be on FIFA Plus, which is the global online platform, and then delayed on the COSAFA YouTube platform. So there's a lot of ways to skin this cat.
Edmilson Dove is coming off a tough season for Kaizer Chiefs, but has made himself available to play for Mozambique at the COSAFA Cup.
I just wanted to obviously find out the decision the coach took to bring you as an experienced player alongside some players that are making their debuts, trying to get used to the national team. What is your thoughts about that, first of all?
Obviously, it's a new and young squad. As you all know, probably most of the guys that have usually been playing COSAFA are not here. Some of them are playing in Europe, and obviously after the World Cup qualifiers, most of them obviously they played 2 games. So just to reserve the legs, the coach ended up on deciding to leave most of them. And obviously for me, South Africa is home, and he spoke to me obviously to come and help. You know, I've been in this competition for quite some years now, so I'm just one more that comes here to add value in the squad that we already have, and we're hoping that we can do well, and the boys can come here and showcase their talent as well.
Was it an easy decision or an easy conversation with the coach, given your club situation as well? There are changes happening there, and one would think you'd want to be involved so a decision can be made about your future as well.
Obviously, I feel like as football players, this is probably one of the highest stages of our careers, being here representing the nation. It's not only about myself, you know, but obviously the coach spoke to me and he told me his ideas and what he was looking from me, and obviously I'm more than willing to be here to help. Obviously, the club situation obviously it's a bit tricky, but I think that's something that I'll give it a thought when I go back and reunite with the gents.
But also, it's not like you are inactive as well. You're playing for a national team, some mileage on the legs as well.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, you know, every time we're called upon to represent the nation, we should be willing to say yes and come here and give our all. We're representing more than 30 million Mozambicans. It's not only about ourselves anymore, as I said. You know, it's a pride to be here to represent the nation. So I'm just one more player out of all that the coaches could have selected that comes here to add value, and I'm hoping we can do well.
Do you think the coach is going to lean on you a little bit more? Because South African-based player, the squad is new from a South Africa point of view, but you have played with most, if not all, of those players that are in the team.
No, obviously, as I said, I think obviously I'll try and do my best to help the gents on what I can. But at the end of the day, it's about the whole squad, you know. The names, they don't really matter. It's about us willing to go extra mile for one another, and I think that's what's going to count.
And what do you hope and expect from the group? The first few matches, obviously you kick off against South Africa, but there's Botswana, there's Eswatini in that group as well.
Obviously, we're not expecting any easy game. As you said, South Africa has a lot of young and good players. Some I've had the opportunity to play with them, some to play against. But as I said, it's mostly about us, what we're willing to give on the day, because now names don't play football, to be honest. So I think the boys also are motivated. You know, that's what's important. And I mean, we'll call our shots on the day and see how far we can go.
And the expectations, for lack of a better word, from a Mozambique point of view, you've just come off the back of, maybe from your own perspective as Mozambicans, can be seen, even Tico said, can be seen as a step forward from an African Cup of Nations point of view. But you would want to dominate the COSAFA region as well.
No, obviously, as I said, this is a complete new squad. You know, some of them they haven't been exposed to this kind of competitions. But I mean, us that we have had the opportunity to be here, we're willing to help and bring the whole squad together. So I think we're gonna take one day at a time, because you can't predict what is gonna happen like during the game, and obviously it's only up to us to give our all and make sure that we start well on our first game.
And then just finally, how crucial then it is for the squad to get this experience at the COSAFA Cup. We've seen what it's done for a lot of careers over the years.
Now, obviously, that's what I've been telling most of the boys, because they're still young and it's their first time. It's an opportunity for them to showcase their talent, obviously to get exposure. And I'm hoping that all of them they can blossom, and probably some get better contracts in better leagues than our league. And yeah, I'm just hoping we can have a good tournament, and it will be good for most of them as well.
And I remember, I think it was maybe 2 years ago in Durban, if I'm not mistaken, you were playing back home, you were out of contract, and off the back of a COSAFA, you moved back to South Africa.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I end up on deciding to go back home because of certain things that I wouldn't want to be here talking about. And yeah, luckily I went to COSAFA and Chen, and things went well. Chiefs called me, and I'm here now. So I hope with some of them they can have the same fortune that I had. And you know, there's a lot of talented young boys, and I'm hoping they can flourish. And obviously, it's a win situation for our nation as well.
Bafana Bafana coach Helman Mkhalele had to barter and juggle resources to put together a squad for the COSAFA Cup, but he has an exciting young group of players with him at the tournament.
Coach Helman, thanks for your time. COSAFA Cup, a lot of people are excited about this team. Obviously, you didn't get some of the players that you would have wanted. Just explain to us the process of having to put the squad together.
No, thank you so much. We as a technical team, we are also excited with the type of players that we have brought in. As we all know that initially we released 51 or 52 players. I mean, the list of 52 players, that shows that we have massive talent in the country. But unfortunately, some of the players, they couldn't make it because of many reasons, tactical reasons and other, team factor reasons. But having this crop of players currently that we are having here in our camp, we are really excited, and we are looking forward to give them more game time or international exposure. As we have alluded, that it is critical for us to have a huge database that we can choose from, because we are anticipating a number of qualifiers, both the African Cup of Nations qualifiers as well as the World Cup. So it is important for us to have a bigger pool of players that we can choose from.
What have you said specifically to the players as they reported in about what you expect, especially maybe with Coach Hugo also casting an eye on them?
The only thing that I said to them is that, boys, you are here not by anyone's favor. It's yourself because of the performances that you have demonstrated throughout the season. So you are here as Bafana Bafana. You just need to make sure that you grab this opportunity, but don't put yourself under pressure. Just grab the opportunity and have fun, but in a structured manner.
How important is that opening game against Mozambique, and just your overall view of the group in itself with Eswatini as well as Botswana?
Yeah, I would say it is a tough group. It is a tough group. We know the Mozambicans, they have been giving us, tough problems when we come up against them. But when you look at the overall group, it is quite a tough group, and we have seen it. We played against Eswatini, we played a draw, and also you look at the performances, of all the teams from the SADC region. They've improved. They are doing quite very well. So for us is to make sure that we work hard tomorrow and make sure that we get the good points or good maximum points, because that will set the tone, for us on how are we going to fare during the tournament. But for tomorrow's game, it is a must-win situation. But if we don't win, we will also go back to the drawing board. But our first objective is to try and make sure that we get the maximum points.
And just finally, Coach, the skipper that you've chosen, your reasons for that?
Yeah, because, he has been with the junior national teams, and also he has been the captain. So we thought that it is critical for him to be given that opportunity to continue to develop. So we chose him, but also again I told the players that they are all the captains, but at the end of the day we have to choose one that will be representing the team. So we chose him for those reasons.
Richard Dortley of Cape Town Spurs has been chosen to captain South Africa, a big honour for the 22-year-old defender.
Skipper, just how much of an honor is it for you to have been chosen as part of this group, first of all, and from an unbent point of view to lead them into the COSAFA Cup Challenge?
It's a big honor for me to, first of all, be chosen for this team, to represent the country, and being the captain of this team. It's a great team, and it's a big honor captaining the country at this level, and it's really honor for me.
And how, in terms of the season that you had, and obviously it didn't finish the way you wanted it to finish, is it also a bit of a lift for you personally?
Yeah, definitely. The way we ended the season, it's not what we wanted as a club and not the goal we set for ourselves. And I think this call-up and me being the captain, it lifts my spirit a bit and gives me motivation again after what happened at club level.
And in terms of, when you came together, initially when you saw the list, it was a huge list of 51, being whittled down to what it is now. What went through your mind when you saw the potential of some of the players that you were going to camp with?
The list of the first 51 players, I was like, wow, it's a lot of talent in here, and it's going to be really tough to make the team, but I believed in my ability and what I've shown during the season, and my hard work paid off, and I made the team. And even the players that is here, it's a very good team with high quality.
Why do you think it took you so long also to perhaps get the recognition of a national team set up when you've been coming up the ranks in the junior division as well?
I think playing in the national first division, it's difficult to get recognition because games is not always televised, and the only times you get seen is if you're laying on top or second, your games get televised, or when coaches come to watch the games. But I think now in the PSL, most of the games is being televised, so there's more of a better platform to showcase our talents to get chosen for the national team.
What do you think of the group overall? Obviously, your opening game against Mozambique, they've also got quite a young teams of the same team that played the World Cup qualifiers and at the AFCON as well, and you've got Botswana, you've got Eswatini as well.
I think this group is a very good group. The quality is high. Everyone, the personal, the qualities they have as individuals, it's very good. And with all of that qualities coming together as one, we can be an amazing team.
And just on facing Mozambique in the opening game as well, and the other teams to come?
Yeah, like we did our team meetings and stuff, they're quite competitive in their strength and their aspects, but I think we as a team are very good and we can match them. It's going to be tough, but we will really dig deep and work hard in order to get the win.
That's it for another episode of the COSAFA Show. We wish all of our teams the best of luck at the COSAFA Cup, and we'll be back with more from the tournament ahead of the final. Don't forget you can listen to more of our podcasts on our YouTube channel, Spotify and iTunes. And you can also get the latest news via our website at www.cosafa.com and on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok.